Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 11 of the Aston Martin Rapide restoration. So in a previous video, I think it was episode 3, I went to see a donor car, potential donor car that was here in Riyadh, which was just unbelievable because you don't find any parts here in Riyadh. So to find a donor car that was actually useful for this project was a real bonus. And I went to have a look and I was still umming and ahhing. I wasn't really too sure what was going on. But in this episode, we are buying the donor car. So we're going to go down to the junkyard and actually chop the car up and bring it home. Yeah, I mean, this project is really becoming a little bit crazy. If you haven't followed on so far, basically I bought an Aston Martin. I thought it was just body damage. It turns out the engine's also kaput. And rather than throw the whole thing away, I have decided to rebuild it. So yeah, so this donor car is going to be really useful. So without further ado, let's dive in and check it out. But before we do, if you haven't subscribed, please do also like the video because it really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the Aston Martin, the second car. Basically what he's saying is that we can cut it from here backwards, which is where we need. And you can see that the quarter panel is a little bit damaged, probably less so than the other one. This can probably be straightened. But the main thing is all of this stuff is all good. Yeah, you can see all of that is great. This this boot lid, they're fiberglass, but you can see it's actually in fine condition. The only thing is that the glass is broken, but otherwise the frame of it is all fine. Okay, so all of this can be used, can be reused, so that's all really good. All of these parts, the floor is all good, you know. Again, this is fiberglass, so this is not metal. This can very easily be replaced, but the main thing is all the shape and everything is there. All of this is all here, all the electrics are inside, so it's very good. This door is usable, reusable. The glass is good. This is the front door, which we can take the front door as well probably, but it looks to be too damaged. I would probably suggest not to take it. The glass is broken as well, so there's no point in taking that. Just an interior view, just to give you an idea. The roof on this car is probably more damaged than the other car, so I would say the roof is probably not of use. But it's very good. You can see even the back bar. All of that is all perfect. Yeah, it's completely square. All of this section, anything that's needed from below here structurally or anything like that, there is so there's quite a lot of different parts to the car that's here. So really useful to have. I think he was giving this frame as well, this subframe, which is good. It's very usable, in fact, it's not the top half. I mean, you can see that the top half is bowed there. It's not the top that we need, it's the stuff underneath it. That is where the damage is on the other car, on my car, and this car is all perfectly good. Okay, so it's just happened. I have just bought half a Aston Martin, which is going to be the parts car. We're going to chop half of it and I get all the parts at the back, which is great. So as you can see, all this structure is absolutely perfect, no damage at all. All of it's in really good condition, apart from being a bit dusty. It's otherwise in good condition. I don't need the front half, so I'm not taking that. I'm not going to use a lot of these back parts, to be honest with you. Most of it isn't going to be needed. But I've got a cracking deal on these parts. So I get this exhaust box. I get that one as well. So I'm a little bit confused because seems to have 2 exhaust boxes, but I'm not complaining. I get a hood which is damaged. I'm not going to need that, but you know, there's parts on it that I can strip off if needed. Under tray, that's the gearbox under tray, exhaust back box. This is the rear subframe. There is a little bit of damage on it, but we're going to sort that out. It comes with all the brakes, calipers, axles, you know, all of that. The radiator for the thing is there as well, and that looks like it's in good condition, apart from being a bit dusty, of course. I'm getting both the doors. The back door glass, I'm hoping, is undamaged, fingers crossed. But the key thing is it comes with all the internal bits and bobs as well. And the front door, although it's damaged, the glass is damaged and the door's beyond repair, I'm taking it because I get all the internal bits. Alright, so they're stripping the interior of the car. I wasn't actually expecting them to do this, but they're stripping out the interior. Well, this should be interesting because we're going to get to see it chopped in half, which is quite unusual. But they're stripping out all the interior. I don't know why they're doing that actually, because I don't need any of that stuff. So it looks like I'm getting all the front parts as well, because they seem to be taking them all off and putting them into the back of the car. So potentially getting more than I had expected, which is not a bad thing, I guess. But they're stripping out all the interior, which I wasn't expecting, and getting it ready for the cut, which should be quite interesting. I'm sure none of you have seen a Aston Martin get cut before, so that should be quite something to see. But it's interesting as they're stripping it down, seeing the car and all its elements. I guess what they want to do is they want to do a clean cut without all these other items on the inside, so they're trying to get it all back down to the metal. A lot of dust. It's quite interesting, those that metal thing. I guess that's there for accident suspension, because it seems to be in the A-pillar and in the roof, but it's sort of to absorb the impact of any accident, and maybe some sort of soundproofing as well. But I'm not seeing this in any other car. This is what I was saying earlier, this metal infrastructure in between, but it kind of compresses, so I guess it's there to absorb impacts, as well as probably providing some sort of soundproofing. It's quite interesting. I've not seen that before. So I thought, while I'm waiting for these guys, I'll show you around. It's so hot today. It's crazy hot. It's probably 40 plus degrees. So I've got my water bottle with me, which is already nearly finished actually. So this is was a Porsche Cayenne Gen 3 with the entire back cut out. Yeah, it's definitely, this is a Flying Spur. That has definitely seen better days, but yeah, it's just rotting in the sun now. A lot of parts have been stripped out of that. Let's see around here. So we've got another Flying Spur over there, which seems to be in better condition. Maybe the other side is worse. But Flying Spur. It's a Continental GT with its roof caved in. Crikey. It's a nice spec car otherwise. The colour is obviously desert sand on the outside and desert sand on the inside. So see where it's cut through. That's it, I think it's all fully cut through now. So should be able to separate it. Let's have a look, see what he does. So I was filming the cut earlier and it got too hot. My phone overheated, so I had to stop filming until it cooled down. But they've cut it now. You can see the cross section. I mean, that's a seriously thick piece of aluminium in the frame of the chassis there. Interesting, the different sections of the beam. That's what the interior tunnel looks like, and goes the other side. So this is my one half of a Aston Martin Rapide. Doesn't look like a lot, but then I'm not going to reuse this. And in case you're wondering, I'm not going to cut my car off and glue this to my car. That'll just be stupid. But there is a lot of usable parts on here, which I will be looking to utilize. I'm hoping that hood is not too damaged. I know the glass is damaged, which is fine because the glass on my car is perfect, but there's a little bit of intrusion there. It doesn't look too bad, so I'm hoping that all can be reutilized. This was actually quite interesting because as that roof bent like that, what seems to have happened is the boots, the latch broke and the boot sprung open, which prevented the door from getting damaged. I don't think that's a design feature, but that's just, it seems to be what happened. But looks like my trailer is here and we can get this thing loaded now. Here's my rear subframe as well, which I'm really pleased about because it's got a tiny little damage on there, but that I'm sure can be repaired. And it comes complete with all the calipers and axles and discs. I don't know if the discs are reusable, but you know, lots of things there. So there you have it. We now have a donor car as well, and it means that it will make this whole restoration so much easier and more economically feasible as well. It's already becoming a very expensive project, much more expensive than I thought it was ever going to be. But by having the donor car, it helps us out in a number of different ways. It means that we've got access to the parts, but we've also got a reference point, so we can measure the donor car and measure it up against the black one, which is the one that we're repairing, and then see how it compares. So that sort of thing is so valuable. So in future episodes, we're going to start repairing this. If you haven't done already, then do subscribe to the channel, like the video because that really helps us out, but also share it with others. Others might be interested too. So thanks very much and see you in the next episode.